Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you're doing well. This is going to be an update for my Advent Calendar project pan. This project was originally created by Makeup, aka Hèléne, and the idea of this project was to experience the joy of an Advent calendar all throughout the year while doing project panning. So working on 24 products, we could choose 2 a month from our Advent calendar to project pan. In my case, I've never had an Advent calendar, and so it never really worked out that way, but a lot of times I just make lists and use like random.org to choose products, which 2 products I'm going to work on throughout the month. I've tweaked this project a lot over the years. I've been doing this project for many years. I actually think this is going to be my last year doing this project. I don't think Advent Calendar Project Pan is going to be coming back. That more so because I don't really have any samples to work on anymore. It was really a stretch to find 24 samples to work on this year, and I have gotten through quite a few of them, not all of them, but I don't really have 24 samples for next year. And part of that's because I've really been actively using up my samples, and part of that's because I'm no longer shopping like I used to, so I don't get a lot of free samples like I used to. So I'm 99.9% sure this is going to be my last year for the Advent Calendar Project Pan, but this has been such a wonderful project for me to use up my samples and get those little guys out of here, because you know how they are. They're little gremlins that sneak around and multiply at night when you're sleeping, and it gets out of control really quick. And before you know it, those little samples that are this big fill up an entire bag, and they're taking up space in your home and in your life that you don't need them to. So I've also discovered some really nice products through using up all these samples, so that's been great as well. Let's run down what I was working on since the last update. It's been about 3 months, like all my updates this year. I don't know what happened, but it's been about 3 months since my last update. I did use up the 2 samples perfumes that I was working on. One I loved, one I didn't. Both were Liz Claiborne. This just says Liz Claiborne. Doesn't say a name. I guess it's her signature perfume. I did not love this at all. At all. This was a hate pan. I got through it, but there was no love lost when I finished this up. The other one is one that I wasn't really familiar with at all. It's called Curve Crush. Now, I'm familiar with the original Liz Claiborne Curve perfume. I actually have a full size back in my bathroom, but I don't remember Curve Crush. I really, really enjoyed this scent. This was, I can't smell it at all now, but I really liked it. I don't know if I would go to the trouble of trying to track down a full size of this, but this was a pleasure to use up and get out of here, and I really enjoyed it. I also had 2 little tea lights from HYDE. HYDE is a candle company that a friend of mine from high school started and is operating from her home in Connecticut. I love her candles. If you live in Canada or the US, I would highly recommend you try this brand. It is a vegan, soy-based candle that is very clean. The scents are complex and beautiful, and the scent is strong enough that you can smell it, but not so strong that it'll give you a headache or overpower, you know, your senses. I don't like a candle that is so heavily scented. It makes me feel like, ugh. I find her candles to be absolutely perfection, but she did give me a ton of samples with a large order that I placed last year or the year before, and so I did want to use them up. So I used up Toasted Pumpkin and Sugar Plum. Both are great fall scents, but I actually burned them both during the summer months, and I loved it then too. My kids love it. I just love Jenny's HYDE candles so much. They are so good. There will be a link to this brand in the description box. I also managed to finish 3 of the Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta peels. They are a 2-step chemical exfoliant. This was a late add-on. These were not originally in the project when I started it on December 27th, but at some point I realized that having these products attached to a project with monthly updates would be good, because I wanted to use them up. So I threw them in this project to stay on using them, because I wasn't using them at all. I'm pretty sure the name Daily, Extra Strength Daily Peel, suggests that I should be using this daily, and I'm nowhere near there, but at least I'm using a couple throughout, you know, the month. 1 or 2. So I did use up 3 more of those. The products that I have little to no progress on are the Urban Decay lipstick samples. I am wearing this one for the first time today. This is the shade Jilted. It had never before been opened, so I cracked it open and put it on. I really like the color. I do have a lot of bold pink colors in different projects, but I like this color a lot. I don't mind wearing a bold pink. There's something about a bold red that I'm really uncomfortable with, but I'll do a bold pink all day long. Next to that, the one I've used the most is Rapture. And I don't know if I'd hit the bottom of the blister at last month's update, but I have hit the bottom now. And I'm working on expanding that little pan. And then the third one is not opened, and that is Menace. I haven't touched this one at all yet. That's really close to the Fenty Beauty lipstick that I have in my Panner's pan. I'm not using that one either, but I want to get my uses on that one before I open this one. I don't know if I'm going to get around to this at all this year. Probably not. So that's where I'm at with the products I was currently working on. The rest of the products that I still need to pull from are in this box because I have not been doing monthly updates. I have more than I should left in here. I still have 6 of these peels, 5 tea lights, 4 perfume samples, and 1 Urban Decay lipstick sample. And so I have decided that I'm going to pull all these into the project for the last leg. This project does end on December 27th, so that's going to be here before we know it. So I've decided to just pull all these into the bathroom and do as much damage as I can on them, especially with these perfume samples. I want to make sure I get those used up by December 27th. That is my priority. But also the candles and the peels. You know, the lipsticks are, I knew the lipsticks were going to be a challenge for me no matter what, but I want to make sure I use up these other products. This is, first of all, for the lipstick, this is the shade Easy, and I have done quite a bit of damage to this already. This has been in, I think it's been in other projects in the past. So it shouldn't be that hard for me to use it up, but like I said, me and red's just not a color I'm drawn to, so it's a chore for me to use it up. All right, perfume samples. I have Ciao by Vince Camuto. I think I've used up a sample of this in the past. I don't think I loved it, but I don't think I minded using it up either. This is J'adore. Is it the original? Yeah, I think it's just J'adore. I do have a full size of this, so obviously I love this scent. That should be no problem at all. This is Paco Rabanne. I think I used up a sample of this earlier in the year as well, and I absolutely loved it. So that's exciting. And then finally, I have Les Art di Gucci. I am not familiar with this scent at all. I don't remember ever seeing this scent. Let me give it a sniff. This one I know nothing about. We'll see. We'll see. It has a very strong alcohol scent, and I don't know if it's because it's old and it's been sitting around for a long time or what, but sometimes when it dries down, the ones with these strong alcohol scents, when they dry down, I can really enjoy the scent very much, but I got to apply it and wait for the dry down. But these other 3, I should be able to breeze through, and I'm ready to knock them out. If I could finish these 4, I will have 0 perfume samples left in my collection, which I never thought this day would come. So I'm very motivated to get these 4 out of here by December 27th. So like I said, we're not doing any random drawings. This was originally planned out for me to pull one a month, one from each category every month throughout the year. But with my updates being so sporadic, that did not work out. So I'm just gonna bring all of this into the bathroom and start getting through it as efficiently as I can over the next 2.5 months or so. So that's where we're at with this project. I think that's all I have to tell you about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.